going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to NHL 24 franchise mode. This episode, we begin the playoffs. We are against the San Jose Sharks at home. Let's see if we can win our first playoff game. But before we get into that, I want to check this Sharks roster. So we're going to go in, check the lines, and see how this Sharks lineup looks compared to ours. So we're going to go to I went to Seattle by accident. I went to San Jose. I said San Jose. Eklund, Kurashev, Toffoli, solid first line. Bjorkstrand, Gavin, Lehkonen, not a bad second line either. Quinton Musty, Ethan Cardwell, Anthony Mantha, okay. Armia, Bolduc, and Reichel. Not a great fourth line. Hughes and Liljegren, that's the one that I really think is what's going to carry them. Barry, Susie, and then Smith and Larocque. Just not a great defensive core. Not a really great roster, for being completely honest. The goaltenders, Askarov and Home. So they look like a decent enough team. So let's get to simming. Game 1 on home ice. Our first time hosting a playoff series. Our first time having home ice advantage in the playoffs. Last time we were in the playoffs, faced Minnesota. We were out in the first round by a sweep. Let's see what we could do here. We have all the shots right now. Power play for Sydney goes nowhere. I think one shot on that power play. So far, still 0-0. End of the first period, 0-0 tie. Entering the second now. Another power play for Sydney goes nowhere. I think what I'm going to do is have each playoff series be its own video. It's like this is going to be the one video for the advance. The second one's going to be the next video. 2 power plays for San Jose, and they have 0 shots. And the shots are 25-8 for Sydney. And Askarov is really shutting us down. And San Jose scores the first goal. Ty Smith, 1 goal and 11 shots. Come on, Swayman. Come on, defense. Now we need the offense to score. William Eklund power play goal. This is going to happen again. Adrian Kempe scores the first goal for Sydney on home ice. Scores our first power play goal this postseason. See if we can tie this up now. And Quinn Hughes is going to get the Sharks back up by 2. And we lose game 1. This better not happen again. We are not getting swept again. We still have yet to win a playoff game. Our AHL team's in the playoffs because they absolutely destroyed everyone in the AHL. I think they had like 55 wins or something. Game 2. I want to go to 8. Artem Zub scores the first goal. And then Rasmus Anderson, the defense, showing up this game. Come on, boys, let's get this win. Power play goes nowhere. William Eklund scores his second of the postseason. 2-1 lead for the Spiders going into the second period. 2-2 tie after Jordan Gavin ties it up. Very close game. Much closer than the first game. Even though it was only a 3-1 win. And Fabian Zetterlund. And then Ola Bergman's first career playoff goal on the power play. Adrian Kempe another power play goal. And Neil Bemstrom with another goal. 6-2 Sydney. This is what we need. We're finally going to get our first playoff win in franchise history. It's going to be game 2 and our second Jordan Gavin 6-3. It's a 6-3 victory, I assume, for the Sydney Spiders of our first career playoff win in franchise history. Which is our second ever trip to the playoffs. Game 2. We're 1-5 in the playoffs now. Game 3 in San Jose at the SAP Center. Let's see if we can get this win. Game 3 is underway. Let's see who has what it takes to win this game. Halfway through the first period, there's a power play for San Jose, and it goes nowhere. No goals in the first period. Shots 10-6 in favor of Sydney. Period number 2. Emil Bemstrom scores in back-to-back games. That bottom 6 performing really well. Maybe I should extend Emil Bemstrom. Alex Texier scores his first goal of the playoffs. Make it 2-0 Sydney. The depth really showing. I just realized I have 2 former Columbus Blue Jackets, Bemstrom and Texier. And another former Columbus Blue Jacket, Oliver Bjorkstrand, scores for the San Jose Sharks. Going into the third period with a 2-1 lead, 18-17 the shots in favor of Sydney. 3-1, Fabian Zetterlund on the power play again. Quinn Hughes scores his second of the game, of the postseason, sorry. Arturi Lekkonen's going to tie it up. Dalibor Dvorsky is going to score his first career playoff goal. Oliver Bjorkstrand's going to score his second of the game, and we are now going to overtime. And Fabian Zetterlund's second power play goal of the game is going to get us the game winner. We're up 2-1 in this series. Fabian Zetterlund has 5 points in 3 games. Great addition. Game 4 in San Jose, we could take a 3-1 stranglehold on this team right now, on the series. Power play for Sydney to start the period, goes nowhere. Another power play. Braden Schneider, the man who I am expecting to trade. Tyson Berry's going to tie it up at 1. But yeah, I'm hoping to trade Schneider at the draft, depending how far we go. I have a specific trade in mind I want to make. Philip Kurashev is going to give the Sharks the lead. 2-1 San Jose, 12-9 the shots in favor of San Jose at the end of the first period. Second period underway. Here we go. Now 5 minutes gone, still 2-1 lead for San Jose. Half the period's gone by. San Jose power play goes nowhere. Shots are 22-13 in favor of San Jose. A 3-1 lead for San Jose now after Carson Soucy scores. Second period's underway. 3-1 lead for San Jose. Shots 26-18, all in favor of San Jose. Period 3 underway. Power play for Sydney goes nowhere. Quinton Musty, 4-1 lead for San Jose. 5-1 now after Armia scores. 6-1 after Kurashev scores. Swayman, close it down, come on. I'm not paying you the big bucks to let in 6 goals in a playoff game. Game 4 goes to San Jose, and we're all knotted at 2s, going back home to Sydney. Did our AHL team get eliminated? I know, they advanced, I think. Going back home for Game 5 against San Jose is the furthest we've ever made it in one single playoff series. They are playing in the same day as us. Game 5 on home ice, tied 2-2. Who has what it takes to take a 3-2 series lead. Quinton Mush is going to score again to give the Sharks the lead. Power play for San Jose. It's a long one. What did we do? What is that? I need to see this penalty. A double minor for high sticking by Rasmus Anderson. Continue the period. 2-0 after Reichel scores. We have 4 shots in the first period. Down 2-0, shot 17-4 in the first period for San Jose. We are not a good team right now. Warren Fogle gets us on the board. End of the second period, Fogel's the only goal in the game, in the period. We're heading into the third period, down by 2 now after Zachary Bolduc gets the team back up by 2. Power play, long one, goes nowhere. Why would it go anywhere? Another power play, can't score. 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Power play goes nowhere, 1 minute left. End of the Alex Texier scores. 3-2 for San Jose. If we're out in the first round again, this whole team's getting blown up. We lost game 5, back-to-back losses. Game 6, we're facing elimination. We're in San Jose. We can win this game. Let's do this, boys. 5-on-3. Why do we take penalties at the start of every game? Another one. That's 3 penalties in the first 10 minutes of the game. Power play for San Jose Sydney goes nowhere. Braden Schneider's going to get Sydney on the board before the end of the first period. 1-0 Sydney leads. Shots 11-8 in favor of San Jose. Second period underway. Power play for Sydney, of course, goes nowhere. Ola Berglund scores his second of the playoffs. Make it 2-0 Sydney. Another power play for Sydney, goes nowhere. 3-0 after Rasmus Anderson scored. I wanted to do something. 3-0 lead. After Anderson scored with, I think it's 30 seconds left. Power play goes nowhere. Adrian Kempe scores. Make it 4-0. I'm not getting excited because I've seen worse happen. I've been up like 5-0 in the third period, and the other team scores 6 straight goals, all within like a minute apart. So I'm not celebrating anything yet. It's a 4-0 lead. 3:51 left. We have officially won Game 6 to force a Game 7 with 40 shots on net and a shutout by Swayman. Game 7 on home ice. A 3-3 series tie. That's an AHL player who's injured. Just replace him. Heading back home for Game 7. Let's get this done, boys. Let's get this win. Same with you guys down in the AHL. Let's get that win, boys. Game 7 underway in Sydney, Australia, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Berkeley Catton scores his first of the playoffs, and Tyler Toffoli's going to tie it up seconds later on a power play, and Reichel's going to score shorthanded. We're going to lose this game, I can already tell. Power play for San Jose goes nowhere. 2-2 tie, Dante Fabro scores his first of the playoffs. We allowed a power play and a shorthanded goal. 2-2 tie, 14-12 the shots in favor of Sydney. Game period 2 underway. Let's go. 3-2, Berkeley Catton scores his second of the playoffs. And second of the game, too. Joe Ginla's first playoff goal. 4-2, Sydney. Killed off two power plays off a 5-on-3 was one of them. Period number 2 complete. 4-2 lead for Sydney. 24-19 the shots in favor of Sydney. We're 20 minutes away. Let's get it done. Period 3 underway right now. Let's lock it down now, boys. Swayman, I need you to step up because I signed you to be Anthony Mantha and Jordan Gavin ties it up. I knew this was going to happen. We're going to lose. This always happens to me. Game 7s are always my worst enemy. Like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Going to overtime in Game 7. 4-4 tie. 36-30 the shots. Overtime's underway. Who scored? Emil Bemstrom! Let's go, we advanced! Oh my god. We made it to the second round of the playoffs. For the first time in franchise history. Michael Hayes has 10 assists in 7 games with 0 goals. How's your AHL team? Swept Toronto Marlies. The Edmonton Oilers. In Edmonton. Let's just get this going on. Let's get it going right now. I know I said it would be each video, but I think 2 series of videos are gonna be perfect. Game 1 underway in Edmonton. Dalibor Dvorsky scores on the first shot of the game, 17 seconds in. Or, yeah, 17 seconds in. Power play goal. Power play goes nowhere. Another power play. For us, this time goes nowhere. Another power play for Sydney. Goes nowhere again. This is our third power play. We're 0 for 3. Jacob Middleton's going to score. Former Sydney Spider scores against us. And Sean Walker scores. I think he's a former Spider also. 2-1 lead for Edmonton. Heading into the second period. Let's see how this period goes. 2-2 tie. Berkeley Catton ties it up. Darnell gives them back the lead. It's the end of the second period. 3-2 lead for Edmonton. Shots 23-22 in favor of Sydney. Period 3 underway. Let's go. Warren Fogle ties it up to give Sydney. Warren Fogle ties it at 3's power play. For Sydney goes nowhere. Sorry, I had the hiccups. Game 1's going to an overtime. 3-3 tie. Shots 30-29 in favor of Edmonton this time. They have the one shot advantage. Overtime underway. It's our third overtime period of the playoffs. We're 2-0. Make that 2-1. Sean Walker gives the Oilers the game 1 win. This is going to be a tough series. The Oilers won game 1. Game 2 back at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Let's see if we can get this win, boys. There's first time ever in the semifinals. Power play for Sydney goes nowhere with 3 shots on that power play. But Adrian Kempe scores on Oliver Rodrigue. He's been playing good, I think, for this team this season. We are heavily outshot. Wow. No shots for like the last the last 10 minutes, except for that one shot, like 1 second left. Shot 17-7 in favor of Edmonton, but Sydney has that 1-goal lead heading into the second period, which begins right now. Power play for Sydney. 0 for 2 in this game already. Edmonton's power play doesn't score. 10 minutes left, halfway through the game, another half to go. 1-0 Sydney over the Edmonton Oilers. Make that 1-1 after Draisaitl ties it up with 5:35 left in the second period. Warren Fogle with 35 seconds scoring clutch goals. Tied it up in the third period at the end of the... tied it up about 15 minutes into... or 15 minutes left of the third period in game 1. Ties it up 35 seconds in game 2. 2-1 lead for Sydney. 27-20 the shots in favor of Edmonton. Let's get this third period going, boys. Michael H was his first to the playoffs, and Dalibor Dvorsky scores his 4th, I think that was. Warren Fogle scores his 2nd of the game. This man only scores important goals. 6-1 now after Kempe scores a 4-goal third period for the Spiders. We have taken a 7-1 lead. 8-1 lead. An 8-1 final after a power play goal with 39 seconds left. Goals by Hage, Dvorsky, Fogle, Kempe, Berglund, and Kempe in the third period alone. Kempe scored in period 2. Who scored in period 1? Kempe. Kempe had a hat-trick. Adrian Kempe hat-trick. A 6-goal third period. Gives Sydney the first win in this series. Game 2 is now on home ice at Sydney. No, I didn't want to do that. At Sydney's Kudos Bank Arena. I didn't really care about putting Miettinen back in. I was going to keep it as is. Let's go back. AHL playoffs is over. Our team's been in the third round. Game 3 of the second round at home in Sydney. For the first time ever. Let's get Game 3 underway. Edmonton, Evan Bouchard scores a power play goal, and then Andrew Mangiapane makes it 2-0. They're angry after Game 2. I mean, Game 2 was a very Edmonton Oilers game, if we're being completely honest. Two nothing lead for the Edmonton Oilers after 1. Shots tied at 8. Game period 2 underway. Power play for Edmonton. They don't score. They went for 2 on the power play in this game. Sydney has yet to get a power play and have yet to score a goal in this game. Let's see if these boys can get them back in. Ola Berglund scores his 3rd goal of the playoffs. 2-1 lead for the Oilers. Shots 19-16 in favor of the Oilers 2. Period 3 underway. Let's see if Warren Fogle can score another clutch goal for the Sydney Spiders. Power play for Edmonton. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. All that goes nowhere. First power play for the Sydney Spiders. Goes nowhere. Fogle, where are you? Power play for Sydney. Goes nowhere. 54 seconds, and that's game. A 2-1 win for the Edmonton Oilers in Game 3 of the semi-finals. Game 4 now. Back on home ice again. This is huge. We need to get back in this series right now. Power play to start the game. Michael Hage scores his 2nd of the game. 2nd of the postseason, rather. Another power play for Edmonton this time goes nowhere. They have 1 shot from that power play. Joe Ginla scores his 1st of the series. That was my chair if you guys heard that. 7-2. It's 2-1 now. So his shots were 7-2. Sydney Spiders have a 9-5 shot advantage and a 1 goal advantage also heading into the 2nd period. Let's go. Yeah, my chair makes a lot of noise. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear it. Halfway through the game, 2-1 lead for Sydney. Goals by Berglund and Hage, or Ginla and Hage, sorry. Zach Hyman scores a game-tying goal for the Oilers. And period 2 comes to an end. 17-16 shots, game tied at 2. Period 3 underway. Power play for Sydney. Goes nowhere. Power play for Edmonton. Goes nowhere. You just know that McDavid is waiting to get his 1st goal. Adrian Kempe gives the Spiders the lead late into the 3rd period. 7:41 left. Can we hold it down now, boys? Fabian Zetto, an empty net goal. 4-2 win for your Sydney Spiders. That's exactly why I went out and got Adrian Kempe. Dude, Fogle has 17 points in 11 games. Game 5 back in Edmonton. 2-2 series tie. The Rangers swept the Devils. Blue Jackets are up 3-0 in their series. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this game, and Jeremy Swayman allows a goal early into the 1st period by Leon Draisaitl. Ty Dellandrea scores Oilers' 2nd goal of the game to make it 2-0. Oilers power play goes nowhere. End of the 1st period, shots 14-13 in favor of Edmonton, and the goals are also in favor of Edmonton. 2-0. Period underway. Period 2 underway. Power play for Sydney. They don't score on it. Baby Zetterlund actually from the period. Berkeley Catton ties it up. I simmed the period by accident instead of pressing square. Sorry about that, guys. 2-2 tie. Goals by Catton and Zetterlund. Score shots 28-25 in favor of Sydney. I really did not want to sim that period. It was a complete accident. I apologize for that, but period 3 is now underway. Let's go. Braden Schneider scores, and now McDavid, like I said, waiting, ties it up, scoring an important goal for the Oilers. 3-3 tie late in the third period. 4-3 Stefan Nason, 5-3 Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, we lost this game, guys. 6-3 Zach Hyman. Game 5 goes in favor of the Oilers. I think it was Game 5 anyway. Let's see if we can claw our way back into this series now. Ritzy's injured with a mild concussion. That's the AHL. We are down in this series again, facing elimination in Game 6 and we're against the Sharks. I'm not saying it's going to go the same way, but let's see if we can do it again. Game 6 on home ice. Could be our last playoff game of the series, last game of the postseason. Let's hope it's not, boys. 1-0 lead early thanks to Fabian Zetterlund's goal. 16-18 left in the first period. This is a huge Game 6 for the Sydney Spiders. Power play for Sydney. Can we score a power play goal? What's our power play percentage? We have to have the worst power play percentage in the playoffs right now. Shots 12-8 in favor of Sydney, and a 1-goal advantage separates these two heading into the second period. Power play for Sydney. This again, no goals on it again. Matthew Savoy scores to tie it up. Joe McGinley scores a power play goal. Let's go. 1 for 3 on the power play this game. More of that, please. With power plays 33%. Dalibor Dvorsky gets us up by 2 this time. Shots 26-15 in favor of Sydney. I say Montreal. In favor of Sydney, 3-1 lead for the Spiders after goals by Savoy, Iginla, and Dvorsky in the third period. Savoy for Edmonton, Iginla, and Dvorsky for Sydney. Third period underway. It's a huge Game 6. It's either elimination or force a Game 7. Leon Draisaitl scores to make it 3-2 now. Put his team down by just 1. Power play goes nowhere for Sydney. Dante Fabro scores the game to officially ice the game. 29 seconds left. 4-2 win for the Spiders. Goals by Draisaitl for Edmonton, Fabro for Sydney. Game 7 at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Utah forced a Game 7. They were down 3-0 to Dallas. Game 7 in Edmonton. Toronto's out after losing to Columbus, and New Jersey's out after getting swept by the Rangers. Columbus and the Rangers in the third round, and Vasily Podkolzin scores early in the first period. Spiders power play goes nowhere. Adrian Kempe ties it up. The boys know that this is winner take all. Whoever wins goes to the Western Conference Finals. Whoever loses goes home. Joe Iginla's second power play goal in back-to-back games. That is exactly what we need. Our snipers putting the puck in the net. 14-8 the shots in favor of Sydney. 2-1 the score in favor of Sydney. Goals by Podkolzin for Edmonton. Kempe, and a power play goal for Iginla. By Iginla for the Spiders. Second period underway. This is a huge game. Can the boys win it again in the Game 7? Nicholas Manton-Palo ties it up. Well, how do we let Manton-Palo score? 23-21 the shots in favor of Edmonton. 2-2 tie after Manton-Palo scores the only goal of the second period, but for the Oilers. Third period is officially underway. Final 20 minutes of this Western Conference semifinals. 5 power play for Edmonton. Series 3-3. Game is 2-2. Both teams are playing a very good defensive game. Overtime. shots, 39-29 for Edmonton. 2-2 tie, no goals in the third period. Overtime in Game 7. Let's go. Power play for the Oilers. Goes nowhere. That was nerve-wracking. Spiders power play again. Like, come on, no power play goal this time for the Spiders. Berkeley Canton scores the overtime game winner with 3:41 left to send the Spiders to the Western Conference Finals. Oh my god, that was huge. Western Conference Finals is going to be the next video. Now we gotta break it up a little bit. Let's advance. We're facing the Dallas Stars in the third round. How was your AHL team? They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, a 3-2 series lead over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Getting a sim to this game. I want to get Ritzy back in there because he is a great player for this team. Getting back on that top line. Bigly sellout. This is a huge third round matchup against the San Jose. It's the Dallas Stars. Gonna end it here, guys. Next episode, conference finals and a potential Stanley Cup final. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time for the second half of the playoffs. Goodbye.